Alright guys, what's going on? Back with another video. Just had a couple very nice rides. Drove someone to the airport and drove an attorney back. Very cool. They left me very nice tips. The first person was a chemistry major, so we basically talked about the vegan movement, nutrition, and the chemistry of nutrition the entire trip. So Lyft has been a very interesting outlet or way to meet people and just have like tons of random conversations and learn about, I don't know, very different things. And it's cool to see that tons of like-minded people are out there, and it's refreshing because sometimes you get stuck in the wrong group of people and you try to become like-minded, and then you realize that that mindset is toxic and not for you. So get out there and meet people, because Jesus, you never know when you're gonna be stuck in the wrong situation. But once you're out, you'll know. It just takes a little bit of time. So in 3 miles, I'm gonna turn right on South University Boulevard according to Waze, and we're gonna be at the gym. So I did only eat one meal, then drive, and I happened to go to the airport and then come back to downtown. So I'm a little behind on my meal schedule. I only brought my pre-workout. So we're gonna down this and have a fast push session and then eat and work. So I'll catch you guys on the bench. We'll see if 245 goes today. And like I said, it's been a shaky New Year. It's been a shaky Christmas, but we are fighting to get back on track. So let's maintain and gain and have some fun. I'll see you guys in the gym.
Together on the deck floor. That's how I run this ship. And that's why we use Granger. Granger helps.
Alright guys, set number 1. Let's see how many we get. Alright guys, what's going on? RZ Fitness checking in for another bench press video. I believe this was, today's Wednesday. I think this was, I don't know, I think Monday or yesterday actually. So this was a very recent bench session, and the last one I did, 245 was flying. Granted, it did feel kind of heavy. My body weight's down a few pounds. Again, we're sub 500 on the T dose, and we're matching that with DECA. So that's exactly what I'll be doing, which like I said, it's about 2-3 times TRT or whatnot. Depends really what you're doing. You can call that a cruise, but in reality, TRT in America, that's about 2-3 times. So debatably unhealthy, but I'm honestly not worried about it because I've run more than that for extended periods of time, and my blood work when I come off looks good. So I hope that my blood work on that minimal amount is acceptable, and I probably will get it done soon. But we flew through 7 sets, and I think next time we bench, we're gonna have to go above 245. Alright guys, really happy with 7 sets now that we're cruising and now that my it's been more chill. Obviously I built a good strength base, so you can't take that away from someone who's training, which is awesome. So moving a little slow now, gonna capitalize on the 7th set, and 10 minutes of fluff and pump, eat, back to work. So I just want to talk a little bit about my training on this press day, or push day. I do the same thing, guys. You guys see it all the time. This is what I program for most of my clients. I keep an eye on their triples, and we just do 2 bench sessions a week. Wednesday and Saturday is usually what I choose to do. That's just what I did on the Cube method like 4 years ago. But instead of doing 70%, 80%, 90%, and varying that through the week, we just stick with triples Jason Blaha style. So there's nothing sexy, nothing fancy about my training or my strategy, but I think the value's in watching the trainee perform and then assessing the recovery, the food, the weight gain or weight loss, and overall what the goal is and keeping everyone healthy. And so far, so good. Stomach is growling, which means I gotta get home and get meal 2 and 3 at the same time basically. But 3 circuits of supersets, delts, tries, buys, delts, tries, buys, delts, tries, buys, and then goodbye. So what do I expect to happen with my bench press now that I'm getting to a moderate dose, and I honestly feel so much better? My recovery is the same, but I think what's different is my aggression and my confidence. So I just kind of want to talk about that, since you guys maybe don't have any experience with being on, or you have very little experience with being on. To be honest, I have about close to 10 years of experience of being on and off. And in that time, I'd say total time spent on is at least 4 years plus, maybe closer to 6, but I don't want to lie to you guys. So that said, with my genetics and the amount that I'm using, this is where it's at. And I'm not proud of it, and I'm not proud of it. It's just reality, guys. And people like to always point fingers and say, he must be doing this, or he must be doing this, or I can't believe he looks like this doing this amount. But guys, everyone has a genetic limit, and then if you take a certain amount, your genetic limit's gonna be here. If someone's blessed with a naturally higher genetic limit and maybe they respond even better, that doesn't mean they know anything more or they're doing anything better than you. It's just reality. So guys like Dallas McCarver, guys like Boston Lloyd, guys like Kevin Levrone, the differences in what they've taken could be 10, 20, 30 times, but the difference in how they look, overall size, isn't that much. It's not like Dallas McCarver's 10 times bigger than Kevin Levrone, and Boston Lloyd should be 10 times bigger than Kevin Levrone if that's how these things worked. So my plan for my bench press on this, and for what I'm doing with the amount I'm using, I'm at least gonna run it for, it's January, at least till the end of February or March, maybe get some blood work then, maybe just consider overall how I feel, but I'm happy with what I'm doing now. And whether my health is perfect or pretty good, as long as I'm emotionally happy and I think what I'm doing is right, that's what satisfies me the most. Just like when I go into bench press, maybe I'm not benching 300, but the way I bench 245 makes me so happy and I feel so good, and that risk of injury is really low, that I'm gonna stick with it. So next time we bench, or maybe in 2 times when I bench press, I'm gonna just bump it up to 250. And the way I see it is that progressive overload, I was watching Eric Helm's video today, progressive overload is 2 things, volume and weight. So if you're benching 10 sets with 245, and then you go to 250 and you do 1 set, you just progressively overloaded with the mechanical tension, but your volume is so much lower that you're not overloading the muscle. But that's key to what I'm doing. I haven't heard Jason Blaha talk about this, but this is what I've got from hitting the triples. When you're finally ready to add weight, drop your sets back to 3. And it's almost like you're deloading with a heavier weight. So I know that makes no sense, but I'll state it again. If you're blowing through 245 for 10 sets at 3 and then you go to 250, just do 3 sets. And the next session, do 4 or 5 sets. And in those 2 sessions, you're increasing mechanical tension, you're setting yourself up to build the volume. It's like your 245 peaks here, you drop to 250 and let your body recover, but you know once you get to 10 sets, you're gonna be higher. So like I said, next time I'm benching, or in 2 times from now, if all goes well, I hope to be pushing 250 and just hitting 3 sets and getting out and recovering, because the volume of 245 is tiring, even though it looks easy. But like I said, we'll hit 250, we'll take a few sets for a spin, and then we'll slowly build up from that. And I'm sure once I get to 7 sets, it may or may not be flying, but whether it is or not, the recovery is going to be challenging at that amount of sets. And hopefully in the future, when I can bump it up even higher, we bring it back down to triples, 3 sets, and we're just chilling, and it's a walk in the park in reality. So hopefully we get that soon. And like I said, hopefully I recover very, very easily and I feel good while handling more weight. So that's my plan. If you guys want to stick around and watch, that's how I work with most of my clients. And it seems to be working with everyone. I've coached maybe close to 100 people over a few years, and I have no injuries on the bench press. So I hope that stays how it is. But if someone does happen to get injured, I'm not going to feel that fault, because it's going to be 1 or 2% of who I've worked with. So that's just the injury risk that you get by playing this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and took something from it. If you're benching for sets of 10 or sets of 8, just stop and try triples. I highly recommend it. It's so much easier to do 3 good reps than just to be like, all right, I gotta do 8 reps. Then you start balancing, you start rushing, and you don't know how long to rest. You get nervous that you haven't recovered. So try the triples on the bench, guys, and then let me know how it goes. Peace. That's a wrap, chilling. 7 sets of bench, 2 sets incline, and that rotation. Literally 25, 30 minutes of lifting, and probably got more work done than every single person there. So take note. That gangsta shoe. Alright guys, so personally I'm really happy with how that workout went. Body feels really good. Pump was whatever, but that's to be expected when my Stomach's kind of growling in. We're taking the dose to a double cruising level. But I'm gonna show you meals 2 and 3. Meal 2 is gonna be, I don't know, 50 carbs from Honey Bunches of Oats and some cruelty-free milk, a few egg whites, whole egg, half a muffin. That's meal 2. Then meal 3 is gonna be a Lara bar, and then the typical cup of oats, serving of peanut butter, 2 scoops away, protein isolate. So that's how you get by efficiently at a good price and healthily. So exciting.